It's Bev again, and I've got a question for you. Do you eat a lot of fake food? Um, the food industry, it needs to make a profit. It uses very enticing labels. It wants you to choose its product and not that of a competitor. And so the labels get, they're very confusing, they're ridiculous, they're misleading, but often they reflect whatever you consider to be a bad food or maybe what you consider to be a good food, right? So the industry knows what it has to do to sell more product, right, at the time. So let's take the bandwagon, some of the bandwagons that they get on. And one of them, of course, is the gluten-free bandwagon, okay? And a lot of foods that get on this are absolutely ridiculous. Like mustard. Well, mustard never had any gluten in it. How about margarine? No, it didn't have any wheat in it. Gluten comes from wheat, right? Margarine didn't have any wheat. And what about wine? I saw that there was gluten-free wine, and I thought, well, what the heck is gluten-free wine? It's made from grapes. So I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that a lot of wine companies use a wheat paste to seal the tops of the barrels on. And so some of these companies don't use wheat paste, and so they're like, well, we're gluten-free. But if you have a problem with gluten, there'll never be a doctor that tells you you can't drink wine. There's hardly any gluten in it, so who cares, right? But they get on the bandwagon so they can sell more. How about pastries? If you have a gluten problem and you are into eating processed pastries, well, then you're going to have to go for gluten-free pastries, right? But a lot of people buy them because they think, oh, this is better for me. It doesn't have gluten in it, and I'm trying to watch my weight, right? But as soon as you start fiddling around with this, you take the gluten out of here, the food industry adds a lot more sugar to those pastries. It only has, for any products it sells, 4 things to play with: salt, fat, and sugar, and it plays with crunch as well. You take one of those away, it's just going to up another one. So for pastries, gluten-free pastries have a lot more sugar content than regular processed pastries, okay? Now, but margarine is really an interesting product. I call it kind of a super cloaker, right? It's the best at deciding what's in and out and how they're going to get on the bandwagon. And you will have seen this, right? We're all into olive oil for omega-9, blah, blah. So it'll say, I'm made of olive oil. Or it might say, I only have half the calories, knowing that you're trying to lose weight. I'm salt-free. If you have a blood pressure problem, buy me. Vegan. Well, you know what? There were never any animal products in margarine. How about buttery taste? Well, I wonder how the heck they get that. That'll be some weird concoction, right? Lactose-free. There was never any milk in margarine. But lactose-free, people say, I don't want to have lactose, it's sugar. Okay, so I call it the super cloaker, right? But you know what? It's still margarine. What is it made of? It's got oils, it's got salt, it's got emulsifiers, and it has trans fats, right? Those are hydrogenated vegetable oils, okay? So let's look at 100%, right? You see that on a lot of products. I could go on for hours on this topic, but we'll just look at a few things. 100% pure beef hot dogs. And I'm not suggesting hot dogs are, that anybody would think that they're a good food. But in selection, you might say, oh, 100% pure beef. I'm going for those rather than those over there, right? But what does the 100% refer to? Well, I have to tell you, the beef definitely is 100% beef. But that hot dog is only 45% beef on the average. So there's 55% of other crap in that hot dog. So yeah, 100% beef, but not 100% beef, 100% beef in the hot dog. it's got a lot more stuff in that hot dog. 100% grated Parmesan cheese, right? So you think, oh, okay, that's going to save me time, right? I don't have to grate it myself. And you know, grating, you know, Parmesan cheese is pretty hard, right? You really work at grating it. But this is 100% grated, definitely, but it's not 100% cheese. Check the ingredients list. No. But 100% grated, yes. Same thing, 100% pure beef burgers. Okay, let's say you're having a barbecue and you're going to have a whack of people over and you're in a hurry, post-COVID, of course. So you buy a bunch of frozen beef patties and they say 100% pure beef. And you think, well, okay, these are going to be good. They're going to be like my homemade ones, 100% beef with a bit of salt and pepper. Well, I'll tell you, if you put these babies on the barbecue, they start off like this. And when you take them off, they're like this. Why? They're full of fillers, okay? They are not 100% beef. The beef is 100%, but the burger is not 100% beef, okay? If you make your own burgers this size, when you take them off the barbecue, they're much smaller. They shrink, right? You just have some salt and pepper in them. Their hamburger, whoosh, they shrink. Not these babies. So I want you to read all of the labels that you see on foods. I want you to use some common sense. It'd be nice if you don't shop too much in the middle aisles, but if you do, take your bifocals like I do, right? Beware of the sort of labeling that goes on by the food industry, all right? And have a great day. See you next time.